are the 49ers still suffering from the Super Bowl hangover?
So, yeah, that's a question that I brought up. A couple reasons why. We'll start off with state of the franchise. I don't know how many times they reference 2019, and we're looking at, once the season starts, being 19 months removed from that Super Bowl loss. So to me, it seems like, why are we still talking about 2019? We've had a whole new season. We're still trying to compare ourselves to that 2019 Super Bowl season. And to me, it just seems like they're stuck in the past a little bit. Why do you keep talking about it? I heard Jed York say they're going to raise an NFC Championship banner, maybe during the opening night in Santa Clara. This is from 20 months ago at that point. Why are we even going to go through that celebration? We're not the defending NFC champions anymore. So it's just a little bit odd to me that they're still talking about this. The revenge tour last year didn't really work out. So I don't know why we're still on this topic.
What do you think, Maverick?
It's a good point, honestly, there's a new NFC champion. So raising the NFC championship banner is a really weird thing. And that when you go from that perspective, I understand wanting to celebrate your successful season in front of your fans because they didn't want to do that. But it is a little odd because the reigning NFC champion is the reigning Super Bowl champion. And that's a team that they kind of have to take down if they want to do that delayed revenge tour that people are talking about. So it is a little weird, but a lot of things are weird in the Niners ownership brass.
Yeah. I think it's like, what is the Super Bowl hangover? I feel like for the 49ers, that 2019 season is very important for them because if that season was a fluke, then what have they built here? Then it's very bleak, the outlook. But if that season was the true culmination of their planning and last year was the fluke, then 2019, even though they didn't win it, was like the foreshadowing of the next era of consistent winning. I think that's why they keep coming back to it. It's like, that was our true selves. That's who we are. And I guess you could say, well, not really. I mean, you're always changing your team. That team wasn't good enough. If you're stuck in 2019, you're not going to be able to improve now. It's interesting. I guess it's hard to really say what the Super Bowl hangover is. Maybe it's different for every team. It'll be interesting to see how it affects the Chiefs this year. But for the 49ers, I think it's a little bit of denial. Like they tell themselves that they should have won that Super Bowl. They really were the best team. Like they were winning and they let it go. Had they done this or they really got a holding call on Bosa. I think that it's a little bit of denial.
When you look at the state of the franchise, they referenced, are we better than the 2019 season instead of are we better than the 2020 season?
2020 season, yes. Like the 2020 season was the fluke when it's possible the 2019 season was the fluke. It's a very interesting thing. Hey, good point, Chuy. The other thing I want to say is the one piece of evidence you could point to for them being beyond the Super Bowl hangover is Trey Lance's presence on this roster. They're not running it back with Jimmy a second time. And it's just so interesting that the Niners didn't mention Trey Lance once in that state of the franchise. They should have been mentioning him every 2 seconds. And it's kind of strange how they decided. So since you decided to ignore Trey Lance, you had to focus on stuff like this, right? At the state of the franchise.
Have you ever seen a team that picked a quarterback, their new face of the franchise, and then at the state of the franchise, just like you said, not really mention him?
Maverick, can you account for that? I don't get it. I still don't get it.
He should be on every billboard, shouldn't he?
They should be so proud of him. Why would you not be?
3 years in him.
Instead, they're taking pictures like glamour shots of Jimmy Garoppolo. Like, hey, Jimmy, can you look this way? It's like Zoolander. All odds. Can you give us blue steel? We want blue steel. We want to sell this jersey. It's like I feel like the Niners we're going off topic here, but the Niners like how they can profit off of Jimmy Garoppolo. They can sell his jersey. They can sell his bobblehead. He brings fans to the stadium, or he did at one point. He's very profitable for them. I just can't help but notice that.
Well, when we talk
should be too, though.
When we talk about that, Grant, who organizes the state of the franchise? It's not the coaching staff. It's not Kyle Shanahan. It's the front office, the PR department, ownership. So it seems like there's still a disconnect there for whatever reason. I'd be interested once training camp comes around to see what's actually going to happen. Is there actually going to be a competition? Are they going to say, "Oh, Trey Lance is ready"? It's just very odd to me. And like Mav pointed out, that guy Trey Lance should be on every billboard. He should be in
Right.
every shot that they did. The jersey, it should have been Trey Lance and Jerry Rice, not Jimmy Garoppolo and Jerry Rice when they unveiled the jerseys. It's just
that is true.
It's a little odd. I've never seen anything like this before.
Yep. There's something else I wanted
And
to say.
this is why I brought up the fact of the Super Bowl hangovers. To me, it seems like they're still stuck in that, coming into that offseason. Move on already.
I think it's Jed though, because let's go through the timeline of why this Super Bowl hangover could be a Jed thing. I mean, remember when he went to 3 straight NFC Championship games with Harbaugh? He was on the record saying, "Well, we don't hang up NFC Championship banners." He said that. I was there. This is the 49. He was like walking around like he was Eddie DeBartolo, right? Like, we don't put up NFC. We celebrate championships here. And he basically ran off Jim Harbaugh for not being able to get over the hump. And he took a lot of crap for that. I mean, he followed up Harbaugh with Tom Sula with Chip Kelly. It looked like he was the problem and needed to go. And now the fact that he has Kyle, I feel like Jed is Jed. In his mind, it validates everything he's ever done. Like, I was right to get rid of Harbaugh. It led me to Kyle. And if Kyle is a mirage as well and 2019 was a fluke, then where is Jed? He's back at square one, right? He's built nothing. He has no accomplishments. He has Levi Stadium, which no one likes. That's Jed. So I think it means a lot for him, for Kyle to be the right choice and 2019 to be the foreshadowing of success to come. Otherwise, Jed has still built nothing about almost 15 years into his tenure, while Eddie DeBartolo hired Bill Walsh when he was 34. So maybe this is a Jed thing.
See. I mean, to me, it seems like they're acting like last year never happened, and it did happen. It's a little odd. To me, I would be very upset about last season, the results. Obviously, it was a challenging season with COVID going on, but we were 6-10 last year, so I would be upset. I'd be like, "Hey, we're coming back this year, coming back with a vengeance," and all they're talking about is the Super Bowl season. It's just very odd.
Also, you don't talk about this in the state of a franchise, but it's still the main question. You've had injury issues 8 seasons in a row. What have you done to fix this issue? And why didn't those measures help anything in OTAs? But